What's happening, Wargamers? Welcome to a Meditations on Star Wars Shatterpoint. Getting the Ewoks out to play, as well as Luke and his new squad. And yeah, for anyone tuning into this one and skipping the battle port, first off, why? Go check out the battle port. I think it was a lot of fun in general. There was a lot of moments in it that was just you can't help but kind of laugh at what's going on here. But it was an Ewok victory. Now I will say this: you took me to three struggles.
Yep.
Right? Like because you took struggle number one, and then I was able to
which
pull back.
Which is a weird pattern. Normally, one tends to be the winner of three, but yeah.
Yeah. Now, I also just realized I was disarmed, so I probably shouldn't have gotten... I overkilled over there, yeah. That was overkill, and I did do that attack first, so over here the Anakin attack was... but yeah, let's... before we get into the nuts and bolts of the game, how'd you feel about Luke and his squad?
So, I really liked Luke. I thought Luke was great. He did good things every turn. He had some cool abilities that never came up because... it was weird. I will not fight you never came up, which was a shame. But I think it's a really good ability still, even though I haven't had a chance to test it myself. Profit by this or be destroyed is cool. I think in general, he's got a really cool kit. The Refresh Force is nice.
That came in clutch for you a couple times. Like you were burning through first really fast.
He was my Shatterpoint both times just for that reason, right?
Yeah.
So I think Luke was fantastic. Leia was solid. I think her abilities are a little expensive. I didn't really want to use any of them because I was burning through Force very fast, but she felt a little pricey. Lando and R2 were there.
It sounds like you've kind of landed on the same general opinion that I've had. Like Lando and R2 just kind of feel, I don't know, they feel too squishy.
They felt like they had a really good turn one. Being able to go and stand on both of the points right away was fantastic. It gave me a nice, strong foundation for struggle one. But then they just kind of died.
Yeah, the longer the struggle goes on, it feels like they really start to really hurt.
They also, I found, once they died, now suddenly all their stuff's more expensive, so that sucks. But also, when they did wake back up, they don't hit very hard either. So
no, they don't.
They've got some cool mobility, they've got some neat tricks, but I don't know what they really have to make up for that squishiness.
Honestly, with the given state of who you can actually take in those squads, I would almost prefer to take the 3-point Ewoks over Lando and R2, which is kind of unfortunate. I just feel like they bring a little bit more to the table. I think the Stormtroopers are 4, so I don't think you could bring them, but they'd be really nice.
Because are Lando and R2 a 3?
Yeah, they're the 3. So yeah, I think it's the Trappers that are the 3 threat. Right. Which honestly, I think I'd prefer them over Lando and R2.
I think I have to agree with you there. I mean, this is my first game with Lando and R2, so obviously some experience skew, but they didn't feel bad. They just didn't feel great. Which they are only a 3-point unit, so I guess you can't really expect too much from them.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So yeah, no, I think that's a fair assessment out there. As far as on my side of the board, this was kind of the best test of the Ewoks I've had so far.
They did a lot today.
They were fun. And this was even with missing my low grade trigger 3 times, I think. And these guys felt really good. Honestly, if I hadn't missed the low grade trigger a couple times, I would have had 2 or 3 more force potentially to play around with, or at the very least, low grade would have been running around a lot more. They're very mobile.
Yeah.
And that is frightening. The amount of times I was able to move everyone around and just kind of get them to where they needed to go. But yeah, let's talk about the 500-pound teddy bear in the room that is Chief Chirpa. And oh my goodness, he just boss moded his way through everything.
I mean, Anakin threw 16 dice at him and got 8 fails, which was terrible. But then after that, Leia couldn't finish him off. He was going ham murdering things, which was really good. His passive aura buff thing to the rest of your Ewoks was huge. That was coming up in a big way. And yeah, he was an MVP.
He was honestly, it was Chirpa because Chirpa ran up here, basically took control of this point, then ran over here and started taking control of this point as well, right?
No, he was huge this game.
Because he picked up, I think it was Ahsoka. Did he get Anakin twice?
No,
he got Anakin once.
The second time the Anakin was from the spear dudes, the trappers.
Yeah, and just even just him get the extra little attack dice
Yep.
and so often as well, right? Like, was just kind of crazy.
Yeah, he was hitting really hard. He was refusing to die. I definitely put a lot of stuff into him that was just like, and there's like 2 damage.
Yeah, no, it was he was surprisingly resilient. He was rolling defense like a fiend. And he was using that club with just all the skill of the Jedi Masters, right? Like, it was crazy. But just in general, like aside from Paplu, I think everyone on my team, I feel like really did some good work.
Yeah, I'd agree. Like the trappers and the hunters were both very relevant when they came up.
Like Luke made quick work of the hunters very early on, right?
Yep, he did.
And then the second time, I think, because I think he got the hunters twice, didn't he?
No, the ARFs finished them off. Oh wait, no, the hunters.
Because the hunters are the bone. Yeah, I
think
think Luke did both wounds on the hunters.
Yep.
Yeah, like that was kind of surprising, but yeah, Luke came in like I like Luke.
I really like him.
Yeah, Luke
was great.
I feel like he's a great all-rounder character. I think you need to have a good support team.
I agree, and one of the things I was mentioning before we started playing here was that like it was weird that none of these guys actually seem like they have any Rebel Alliance synergy.
Yeah, it feels weird, doesn't it?
Like Leia has her spy thing, which most of the time she'd rather use on herself than Lando and R2 because, well, we already discussed Lando and R2.
Is her spy thing the whole unit or just one character?
One character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and I mean, Lando and R2 get mingle anyway, so they get a big advance.
They get all their movement anyways. But it would have been really nice if there was some small synergies between Luke and anyone else on the squad. I mean, actually, Ahsoka was great with him. Being able to race him. I mean, it never actually happened. I used it on Anakin, but that small amount of synergy is so much more flexibility than I have with the other ones.
You didn't activate Ahsoka a second time.
Once,
yeah. So I was going to say, did you miss one trigger of that? But no, I guess not.
No, she was in reserve at the end. She would have been my last activation if we went one more turn. But
the Ewoks just went full murder bear.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like she had the most synergy with Luke, which feels weird because she's not even in the same era, let alone the same team.
But Luke's a Jedi.
He is a Jedi, so
yeah, no, it's interesting. I like the team that you were going for with here, and I think if Anakin's dice hadn't kind of whiffed out the way they did.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't think it's fair to say like that would have been my game or anything, but it definitely would have been more of an even footing.
Yeah, the third struggle would have been a little bit tighter.
Yeah,
right.
Because I mean, him going down, you would have had less force to play with. He would have had a wound, which would have mattered for contesting, like this upper platform and stuff like that. So that would have been nice, but unfortunately he just whiffed everything there.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. I mean, we've both been on that end of it, right? So it kind of is what it is. But overall, I felt like this was kind of a fun, exciting game. I think it was it was great to see the new models on the table doing some cool stuff. Because I mean, Luke did some cool stuff. Leia did some nice little board control there, and
Leia was fun. She didn't get to shine really, but she was fun.
Yeah, I like Leia. I think Leia's Bausch is good fun, and when she gets some opportunities to do some cool stuff, she really does shine a bit.
Yep.
But yeah, so there we go. That is the Ewoks debut on the channel here. Definitely sound off if you like these, and if you want to see more of them. Obviously, bug AMG if you like what you see, let them know that you like what you see here, and that helps the channel out a little bit. But yeah, hit that like, subscribe, and support the channel at Patreon.